The dawn over the Himalayan frontier was crimson with warning, a thin line of fire stretching across the horizon as the world below slept under the illusion of peace. But in the heart of a fortified airbase, a storm was already forming, not of weather, but of will. The hangars hummed like steel beehives, engineers whispered over consoles, radar dishes rotated like sleepless eyes, and in the center of it all stood Fighter Jat, the man whose name had become legend in both fear and respect. A decade in the sky had carved lines of experience on his face, yet his eyes held the same relentless fire that once lit up training academies and battlefields alike. Today, his wings were different, no longer the Falcon X, nor the Thunderbolt, but something far more dangerous, far more silent, the Shadow Hawk, a stealth interceptor designed for unseen warfare. Its black carbon titanium skin absorbed radar waves like a ghost in the night, its twin adaptive engines could silence their roar mid-flight, and its onboard AI, Nyx, responded only to his voice. This wasn't just a jet, it was an extension of his will, a blade forged in darkness, meant to strike before enemies even knew they were being hunted. As the klaxon sounded across the base, a coded message flashed on his HUD, Mission Shadow 1. Unauthorized incursions detected over Sector 47. Fighter Jat's jaw tightened. Sector 47 was deep within disputed territory, where radar jamming and drone swarms often hid something worse, infiltration. Shadow Hawk, prep for silent launch, came the voice of command through static. You fly alone. Rules of engagement, zero trace. Jat nodded, sliding his gloves tighter. Alone was how he preferred it. Within minutes, the hangar doors peeled open to reveal a sky soaked in scarlet light, the kind that made the mountains look like they were bleeding into the clouds. The Shadow Hawk's turbines whispered to life, a low hum of restrained thunder. Every mechanic stopped to watch as the sleek black jet rolled forward, its surface shimmering faintly under dawn's glow. Jat, telemetry green. Radar link offline. You are dark in 3, 2, 1. The moment the engines lifted it into the air, it was as if it had vanished, not into the sky, but out of it. The radar room went silent. The pilot became a shadow. Within seconds, Jat was above the snow lines, climbing through stratified layers of thin air, guided by nothing but instinct and the ghostly blue outline of digital terrain projected inside his visor. Below him, rivers looked like molten veins of mercury. Above, the stars still lingered, distant, unbothered witnesses to the coming chaos. He leveled off at 45,000 feet, flicked a switch, and Shadow Hawk entered whisper mode, a flight protocol that rendered it invisible to all tracking systems. Nyx, he murmured, pull up live satellite feeds. A holographic grid flickered before him, painting the enemy's movements in red. Unknown drones, small but coordinated, advancing in diamond formation across the border, clearly probing defenses. But their flight patterns suggested something deeper, something controlled by a hidden hand. Nyx, compute origin path, Jat ordered. Within seconds, the AI spoke in her calm synthetic tone, source triangulated. Unregistered beacon, 42 nautical miles northeast of position. Likely command node. That was all he needed. He banked left sharply, diving into a canyon that sliced through the frozen landscape like a scar. The Shadow Hawk hugged the terrain, slipping between ridges barely wider than its wingspan, the roar of its engines completely muted by adaptive dampeners. The heads-up display glowed with real-time telemetry, each heartbeat syncing with the pulse of the jet itself. Shadow 1 to base, confirming intercept. Vector. Going radio silent now, he whispered, knowing full well command would receive nothing. The silence was the mission. For the next 20 minutes, he would be a ghost, unseen, unheard, untouchable. As he neared the beacon, the world outside turned into a vortex of snow and fog, visibility dropping to mere meters. Lightning flashed faintly within the storm, not natural lightning, but electromagnetic pulses. They're masking the signal, Jat muttered. Smart move. Nyx adjusted filters, and a faint silhouette emerged on the screen, a camouflaged bunker hidden beneath